This video is brought to you by Wondershare's DemoCreator toolkit.
What I know for sure is that the biggest choices begin and end with you.
For any young person who feels like they're depressed or they're suicidal or they're anxious, you feel like you're the only one in the world feeling that way. There's a certain measure of isolation that goes with the disease of mental illness, where you feel no one else could possibly understand what I'm going through.
When you're depressed and anxious, it's not the events of your life that are upsetting you, it's the messages you're giving yourself, the way you're interpreting events.
The advice that I would give myself is that hiding it, A, is the worst thing that you could do. B, we all struggle from a myriad array of different problems. And C, once you acknowledge that you have a problem and you begin working on it, then you really can fix it. And I think that that is the most important thing I would tell my younger self. It is a solvable problem.
Anxiety often occurs on impulse. You have a thought, and then your immediate response is feeling anxious or unprepared or afraid. And this is why it's so important that you consistently question and challenge the story that you have created for yourself.
And so we have a predisposition towards anxiety and hypervigilance, and so we might as well either hide and take refuge or live in 21st century normal, which is this fibrillating nervous system that's constantly oscillating between anxiety and depression.
You're nervous, you're anxious, and you're frustrated. You just want to know what is going to happen. It may seem like everything is falling apart, like we can't handle this, like maybe things are really gonna stay this way, like things aren't going to get better.
It is a solvable problem, but you've got to be willing to face it. You have to understand that it doesn't make you less of a person, it doesn't make you unlovable, it doesn't make you uncool.
If you look at anyone that's happy or successful in life, it's because they know how to keep fear in check. From this day forward, I want you to start working on your voice and stop letting fear dictate your life and how you live it. When you want something new and fear pipes up and tells you can't have it, you gotta say, yes, I can. When you wanna try something new and fear pipes up and tells you shouldn't do it, you gotta say, yes, I should.
I knew I wanted to do something, but I just didn't know what to do. I can't keep playing games anymore. I can't keep running away. I had to confront my reality. I had to make a change.
And so at that moment, you have to decide, do I want to solve this? Does this need to be solved? And do I need to think about it? Or am I willing to just relax and let it pass?
Because when something comes in to disturb you, if you don't let it pass right through you, you're saying that it will, the energy of it will drag you down into it, and then you think you become that thing. So what are we supposed to do when problems show up?
The moment it starts with that chitter chatter,
Your
right?
mind.
My mind, my first reaction inside is to relax and lean away from that.
Okay.
But I lean away from the noise the mind is making.
Accept this moment as if you had chosen it. And that brings in a new consciousness.
And do not deny the moment. This is what I learned from you, that literally it eliminated all stress in my life. Resisting the moment that is only going to create more anxiety.
But you have to change the way you view things if you want to change the way you do things.
Anxiety is characterized by excessive worry, nervousness, or unease about something. The key thing to remember is that what you're anxious about may or may not happen. So you might be anxious about how you will perform on a test or how well you will do on an upcoming assignment. But if you check your track record, you will likely discover that you usually perform better than you thought you would. And what I found is that you consistently question and challenge the story that you have created about the situation that is causing you anxiety. I love positive psychology, and it teaches us that our brains tend to extremize. And the thought is not the problem. The thought is going to come, especially if it's a habit that you have. But the real issue is agreeing with the thought. I I can remember getting a needs improvement on an evaluation, and my immediate thought was, maybe you're not cut out for this. It's like I forgot about all of the positive comments that were made, and my mind was stuck and focused on the negative feedback. That response is typical. There isn't anything wrong with you because your mind is accustomed to focusing on the negative. But what you have to do is make sure that you're not allowing that feedback as a way to measure your potential, as a way to measure your skill set. And preparation is a great way to reduce anxiety. Even if you have a tough challenge, being prepared will make you feel more at ease. Don't wait until the last minute and try to cram everything. Spread it out, pace yourself, and be confident when the day comes for you to show up. So many college students experience anxiety. Research has shown that 80% of college students experience anxiety. That's a big number. And what I want to do today is help you to see that you don't have to be a part of that 80%. You can make small changes that will cause everything around you to change. You can make small changes that will help you perform better. And so first, I want you to figure out what is causing you the greatest anxiety. In order to conquer anxiety, you've got to first know your triggers and what stresses you out. The next thing you have to do is make sure that you're not overextending yourself. Over the years, I've learned that no matter how hard I try, I'm not going to be able to please everyone. I'm not going to be able to do every single thing that everyone wants me to do. And it's okay. And so I've come to the understanding that I can't stress myself out trying to make everyone around me happy. Happiness is an inside job. Making someone else happy is way too much of a burden for you to carry. And when you do that, what you do is you push yourself into a state of overwhelm, into a state of anxiety. This means that instead of trying to be a people pleaser, you're going to have to figure out what is important to you. You cannot be all over the place. You have to be able to set a schedule that aligns with your priorities. And this means that you're ultimately going to have to learn the power of no. Or as I like to say, you're going to have to learn to value your yes. So, yep, some people are going to get upset with you. Some people are going to say you're selfish. Some people are going to say that you have changed. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that people who truly care about you will never interfere with your desire to grow. Instead, they will encourage you to pursue your goals, even if that means that you have less time to spend with them. Everyone will not value your time, so it's going to be up to you to value your time. There are people who are mean and selfish and inconsiderate of your feelings. But you have to be careful that you don't allow someone who is miserable to make you just as miserable as they are. It's always best practice to separate yourself from negative people and toxic environments. But I do understand that there are instances when you have to interact with someone who is negative. It can be a professor, it can be a coworker, it can even be a family member. And you definitely want to limit your time around them. But if you have to be around them, then you are going to have to condition yourself to not take what they say or do personally. And one of the key ways to defeat anxiety is to increase your ability to manage yourself. You can't control other people, but you can control how you respond to people. You can't control every outcome, but you can control how you respond to the outcome. One of the strategies that I like to use is setting a time limit on expressing my negative emotions. So I don't ignore how I feel, but I understand that how I feel impacts my performance. It impacts my productivity level. And so I faced situations that could have kept me in bed all day, but I chose to get up. I had to give myself a pep talk, and I had to remind myself of just how important it is that I continue to show up. And so I want you to listen to me carefully. Your future self needs you to show up today. You have to keep studying. You have to keep learning. You have to keep improving your skill set, because that is how you're going to get closer to achieving your goals. You're not going to get closer to your goals by laying in the bed all day. And so when I experience disappointment, I have to own what happened, but I still have to choose to move on. I have to begin to figure out, okay, what do I need to do to improve my circumstances? It's important that you have a support system, but at the end of the day, your future is determined by what you do on a daily basis, not what other people do to you or for you.
Do you find you have trouble showcasing your expertise and capturing quality images and video? Our friends at Wondershare have the perfect solution for you with DemoCreator. Wondershare DemoCreator is a powerful all-in-one screen recorder and video editor tool that allows you to capture your screen and edit all your instructional tutorial videos with ease. DemoCreator has an intuitive user interface, so you can quickly record your PC screen, webcam, and audio with a high frame rate. At the same time, you can record your presentation and emphasize your point with the screen drawing and spotlight tools. If you'd like to highlight your point, you can use the pen and zoom effects. Or if you'd like to show yourself talking, you can add picture-in-picture feature too. You can even edit your footage for better effects by adding a cursor effect, text, animation, open new templates, and more. Once your work is done, you can then export your work with multiple formats or even upload and share it to your YouTube channel. Click the link in the video description to download DemoCreator and start your free trial today.